Welcome to the channel. This is Go Gretty and welcome to the Porsche eSports Challenge USA. We're going to be at Trial Mountain in the Porsche VGT, an all-wheel drive, 1,000 horsepower, roughly supercar designed just for Gran Turismo 7. And this race, this eSports Challenge, is exclusive to the United States. So stick around, check it out. All right, if you're from another region, you haven't seen it, here it is in the bottom right corner. There it is, Porsche eSports Challenge. You enter on in here, and you pick your car from the garage, which, well, your only choice is the Porsche VGT. And you're going to be on racing hard tires with one fuel, one tire wear. Not really sure about the whole fuel thing because, well, it's an electric car. But look at this. This you don't see very often. We've got 20 people in the lobby. Does this mean Gran Turismo 7's getting their crap together? Maybe so. I don't know. But, hey, let's get out to the qualifier. All right, here I am in the all-wheel drive VGT Porsche. Got to brake really early here at the end of the barricades. Get over to the left-hand side. Cut as much of that you can without going off. Get back over to the right. Got to balance the car right through here. Get on the gas as early as possible so you can carry some speed right before you get to the tunnel. Mashing the brake pedal before the yellow. Get down to the inside. Back on the throttle heading towards. Get down on the left side here. Brake just as the curbing starts, but you got to get back over to the right-hand side. Apex it right there. Get right back on the throttle. And the car is going to twist and spin underneath it. Now you want to brake early there. Get to your inside here so you can get back on the gas. Once again, I call it the gas. It's electric car. I don't know. Get on the electrons. I don't know. But get back down the inside. Trying to carry as much speed as you can down this long straight through these tunnels. I had a propensity to hit the wall here on the right-hand side because the tunnel's dark. Can't really see where your car is, so I kept hitting the wall. So come out of the tunnels. Getting on the brakes here right before the curbing starts. Gonna just let the brakes bleed off as much as I can. Get down the inside, get back on the gas, go about the middle of the track, cut it back left so you can keep the car in balance. Again, if you went too far right and whipping the car all around, it would get out of balance super easy. This all-wheel drive system, very finicky, very strange. So getting on the brakes is coming downhill right before the yellow barricade starts. Again, back to the left. Got to touch that curb. It was actually a little wide off the curbing there, but not too terrible. Again, back on the throttle. Letting those electrons fly. Getting on the brakes there before the curbing starts. Going to want to nick the yellow on the left. I go in a little past the apex. Not too terrible, though. So, missed my next apex coming out of the corner. I'm like, maybe this isn't such a great lap after all. But we are going to let it hang out and see what we get here. We get a 143.674. I was super pleased with that, as that's only 1/10 off of my fastest time in time trial. What does that do for the start of the race? Well, that time there is going to be good enough for a P5, but look at P1 there. Bill Bader with a 140.346. There were definitely claims of wall riding there. So let's go look at this here starting grid. Now, I normally don't go through the starting grid. It takes a long time in these videos, and these videos, well, usually you folks like it nice, short, and concise, but this is a different thing. This is the eSports Challenge. We have $15,000 up for grabs. You see Bill's time of 140.3. Pretty sure that was a wall ride. Intimidator with a 142.6. Not really sure how he scored that one. Vanda with a 143.4. Solid time. Sinker with a 143.5. I'm a 10th behind Sinker with a 143.6. Tin and Steely and right behind me with a 143.7, and then Iacor with a 144.127, followed by Quackadilly Blip with a 144.193. Then we got Street 11 with a 144.319 behind him. Miracle 93 with a 144.382. Then PX7 John with a 144.435, followed by KCR Nider with a 144.5. Then Shaggy Doo right behind him with another 144.5, followed by Lisa Salters 420 to 144.6. Shmy Dean, the infamous, with a 144.7. Then PDX Dat Jazzy Dad, I don't even know what he had because it took me an hour to read his name. Then Magoyan with a 145 flat, followed by Zen with a 145.1. In 19th, we've got Zucona with a 145.3, and then Boltex PR with a 146.434. Now, like I said, running a 140 flat there by Bill, pretty much impossible unless he rid the wall. And there were many reports from the grid right there before the race started that he was indeed wall riding. And so, you know, it's that's what you want to do. I guess you can do it, but I didn't really like it. I thought it was pretty suspect. But you will see later in the race, it will come back to haunt him, as karma is always there. Now, the Intimidator, I was kind of wondering if he didn't wall ride as well, if that low 142. That is a very difficult time to hit, even for the top split guys. But hey, you never know. Maybe he just practiced a lot before the race. So as we head into turn one, I need to brake early there. I do. The cold tires letting me down there as I go a little wide, lose a lot of speed through that second part of the S. That puts Tin and Stealing right on my butt. He sends it down the inside as I was trying to late apex the tunnel there. Good move by Tin and Stealing. Clean move, leaving some space there on the outside. I figured, you know what? It is early in the race. We got a lot of race left here. This VGT car, very hard to drive. As you see, I just get a slightly bit loose there, touch the wall, and I get a 2.5 penalty, and I'm just like, no, this is exactly what I said do not do. You get a 2.5 penalty, you get any penalties at all, and you go back into the pack, losing any chance to keep momentum, moving towards the front, which is what I wanted to be doing because I knew I had good pace here. And I'm, you know, looking up, I'm still only 3.3 seconds off the leader here after hitting the wall and just acting like a fool through the first few corners. So got to gather myself up, look in the rearview mirror. I got a second gap to Quack-a-Dilly Blip, a.k.a. Equus Ferrum. And I said, you know, I need to put my head down and try and extend that lead a little more. I see a few more penalties up in front of me. So all is not over as I can still salvage a top 5 finish here on this race. The top 12 move on to the finals, which will be held at the Sports Car Together Fest 2022 between September 2nd and 4th at the world-renowned Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So if I can somehow manage to land in the top 12, I might get to go to the Indianapolis Speedway. So you got to start that by hopefully here getting a top 5 in the second split. Usually the top 5 in the second split can be fairly competitive points-wise with the bottom half of the top split. Now I know my ability. I know I can't finish, you know, right there at the tip top of that pointy end of the spear. So I really need to do what I can when I get an opportunity in a second split lobby like I have right here. So back to the race. I'm in P6. I am 1.5 seconds behind P5, which is Sinker. Behind me, I have Accord, who goes wide there in that corner, gets out to the wall, and is overtaken by Miracle. Now, I feel like I have good pace here. I'm only 3.9 seconds off the leader, and I've served a 1.5 second penalty. So I'm like, all I got to do here is just concentrate, put my head down. Don't do anything silly. Don't hit any walls. Don't get any penalties. So that is what I'm going to do. Now, I come down through this left-hander, and I feel like I'm reeling in Sinker a little bit right here. Now I'm down to 1.4, 1.3 seconds. I've got a purple sector. Right now, the fastest lap, a 147.752. I know I can do 147s, 146s, 145s. So that is not out of the question. Question is, can I catch this group ahead of me? And when I get there, what can I do? I have no idea what this car is going to do in terms of in the slipstream or whatnot. And you see a bunch of penalties in front of me. I see 2 right there, so I'm licking my chops as I come around the penultimate turn there into the final turn. And look at that. They serve them, go out wide, past the first one pretty easy. Looks like I'm going to go by Intimidator here, but these cars come up to speed very quickly. So I back out of the move, get down to the inside and said, well, I'll just wait, just be patient. Intimidator struggles a little bit there through that section. And then we have a little bit of a lag spike right there. Now with the lobby of 20, so far I've been pretty impressed with the ability of the servers to handle all these cars without spiking. I don't know if that's because we don't have so many regions or if, they're doing something else. I have no idea. Almost get a move there on Intimidator. He goes wide. He goes wide again here. Now I'm getting on the throttle and I'm catching up to him, but I can't quite get underneath to make a move. And as I'm coming around there, Tin and Stealing looks down the inside of me. Kind of held me up a little bit as I wanted to floor it there. I need to get a little bit loose, but he was on my outside. I didn't want to hit him. So now we are in the slipstream of Intimidator. We are catching back up to him here. Got to figure out how to get around Tin and Stealing get around Intimidator as Tin and Stealing is looking down the inside. Intimidator goes wide there. I think if Tin and Stealing hadn't been looking down the inside, I might have been able to make a move right there. But now I'm trying to make a move while defending. Never easy to do. because if you make a mistake, they'll take advantage of it. Now, Intimidator here goes wide. I stick it down the inside, hit the apex nicely, make the move, stick, get by Intimidator. I'm into P4, and I'm again right there with the leaders, 3.94 seconds to P1. Haven't lost any time to leaders, even though I've been racing back here. Hit the apex nicely on the exit corner. So just, again, like I said, need to race my race. I've got the car down. I've got it figured out. I just need to make sure I don't make any mistakes as we go here on to lap number 4. Getting on the brakes there at the beginning of that barricade. Take the S's nice and smooth here at the beginning of lap 4, and I am chasing down Bill. Now watch here, Bill wall rides. There again, like I told you, he got that pole position by wall riding. I'm like, oh, look at that. And he didn't even get a penalty for that. But as I come around the corner, I see he did, in fact, get a penalty. 7 seconds for the wall ride. Karma is well, you know what they say. Now get on the brakes here right as I go into the tunnel. All I got to do basically is just hang out behind Bill. I mean, 7 seconds in Gran Turismo is an eternity. So let's fast forward towards the end of the lap. Extremely crucial moment right here is all I got to do is make it through this left right-hander, and I break a hair late, and I move the left not to kill Bill. Go all the way to the wall, and then this weird electric system would not come back up to speed. I'm trying to get back up to speed. I'm ghosted. People are going through me, and I lose 4 positions. I go from 4th to 8th, or 7th rather, and I could have just had 3rd as I just whizzed on by him. I have no idea what happened there, what kind of brain spasm I had or what. As we pick up another position, ready pass right there. Someone must have hit the wall, but I'm kicking myself as I could just be sitting in P3 right now all by my lonesome, but instead I'm back here in 6th, and I'm going to have to fight my way back towards the front. We got PX7 John in front of us. We got Miracle right in front of him. In front of them, we got Intimidator, Tin and Stealing as Miracle, and Tin and Stealing getting together. They're heading into the tunnel, smoke flying. I'm trying to get a good run coming out of the corner because I know they're battling side by side, but once this car gets up to speed, it really doesn't make much of a run at this point. Even though you're in the slipstream, it slowly pulls you onto the car in front, but it just doesn't, it's just like it can't seem to go by. So now don't mean to hit Miracle there, but absolutely nail him from behind as he broke really early right there, probably so he wouldn't hit PX7 John. I did not mean to hit Miracle. I backed off of it, made sure that he went through first. Wasn't going to do that where you hit someone from behind, make the pass. So Miracle back where he was before. No harm, no foul there as we now try to catch up to this little group of 3 in front of us. So hoping Miracle can pull them in and then try and get by them somehow or another. Actually break on time right there. Little love tap right there on Miracle as he overslowed just a hair for the corner, which caused me to kind of go backwards a bit. So it hurt me more than it did Miracle. As you see now, I fall back behind the 1 second gap between him and I, which is what I want to be for the slipstream. So let's fast forward a little bit when I catch back up to this group. All right, as we head towards that braking zone right there after we exit the tunnels on the long straight, I really reel in the distance here between me and that group in front of me. Now well within the 1 second slipstream range. The slipstream here, wasn't really sure what it was, said custom in the race details. Now, Intimidator seeming to be the bottleneck right here, which is why I was really curious about that 1:42 qualifying time he put in, because he did not seem to have the pace on the course in race pace at least. But again, I didn't see him do it, don't know if he did or not, but we got to find a way around him. So I'm trying to figure out what I need to do to get a run in this electric car. Doesn't quite behave like our gas-powered GR3, GR4 cars. Kind of a little bit of a strange animal to try and figure out how to get around some, because its brakes are so incredibly terrible, but it's so fast. It's got a ton of horsepower. It's all-wheel drive system, pushy into the corner but oversteer out of the corner, so that's a little bit hard to deal with as well. Now Tin and Stealing gets wide there into the grass. I see an opportunity. I go down the inside. Tin and Stealing to my outside. Get on the gas, coming out. Tin and Stealing slips in behind me. I get the move done, make my apex on the next corner. Now I've got Miracle in my sights in front of me, trying to get back up to P4. I'm back in my original P5 position, but I am not done yet. 8 seconds to the leader. That looks to now be out of reach, but man, I have been really my worst enemies. You see, I put a 145 in on lap 2 and nothing but 147s and 148s ever since, between penalties and fighting with traffic. Boy, if I could be up front running behind Seeker, it makes me wonder if I couldn't challenge him for the win, or at least the lead up there. But the race is not over yet. There are still 3.5 laps remaining, so who knows what may happen. Get a little loose there, as I did what I told you shouldn't do. Flip it back and forth going through those S's. The car just gets out of balance really easily. So trying to figure out another way around Intimidator here. Tap his rear bumper again, back out of it, let him back forward again. I'm not going to try and hit you and pass. And that was definitely not going to be a clean move if I had tried to make that stick. So Intimidator late on the brakes there. I'm trying to set up an undercut, get on the gas nice and low, but the car just will not grip up and go down the inside. Intimidator makes it out of the corner. Then he starts, not the 1 or 2 moves, but like the super swerve. So I wasn't going to send it on him in this set of quarters anyway. But then look at that. He gets a little deep through there, and I think I might have a chance to get underneath him, but think better of it. And we go down into the tunnel, still trying to find a way around it. I was parking it pretty well on the apex, giving me some spaces here and there. He blocks the inside line going to the right-hander. I get another chance at a cutback, but I actually run into the back of him twice. I'm trying to get around him without letting Tinastilian around me. Run into the back of him again there. I'm like, oh my goodness, what do I have to do to get around this guy? But if I didn't have Tinastilian behind me, probably would have figured out a way, but I couldn't let off enough. And then Intimidator goes back into the Super Snake. Now 1 or 2 moves is usually acceptable. 15 usually considered poor driving, but yeah, what can I say? It is what it is. Get on the brakes here. Then Tinastilian hits me from behind, forces me deep, passes me after he hits me wide and deep, makes me a little bit angry here, so I give him a little tap back, and then I pass him back. Now, I know I shouldn't do things like that, but daggone it, if you're going to push to pass me, I'm going to push to pass you right back. Now, I've raced with Tinastilian a lot, and I've got no hard feelings for him. He usually races me pretty darn clean. We have some pretty good races together, so you know, it was a little tit for tat right there, and I'm sure he would understand, as he did not try to return the favor right here, which he could have easily. I was looking, I was like, I bet Tin's going to send it right here on me, but no, he did not. He held back. He probably knew what he had done and what the return favor was. So on to lap number 9, still trying to figure out a way around Intimidator, who was swerving there a little bit again on the straight. Get on the brakes there. Missed my apex a little bit. Need to be more on that yellow right there, but missed it. Over onto the dirt nicely. Balance the car through these corners. Back on the gas. Try to keep it on the curb. He just barely keep it on. Trying to backside this tunnel, but keep it tight nonetheless. Tinastilian again, still looking to try and find a way around me as I try to get back on the bumper. Intimidator as he goes wide through that corner. Wish I had been on his tail right there. Might have been able to make a move. Get down to the inside on the gas. He keeps running wide right there, losing speed. So I got to keep that in mind for the next lap if I can't get by him here. Heading into the tunnel, and here comes the snake again, trying to break the slipstream. Too old Gretty here. I'm 0.447 back and picking up speed as we head into the braking zone here right before the curbing starts. Get on the brakes nicely. Catch right up to his rear bumper. Good braking spot there for me. And now I'm within 4/10 heading into the S's. He struggles a little bit there into the S's, slowing me down. I'm trying to find a way around this guy. I just cannot find any way to get this stupid electric car in front of his. So does he make a mistake here on the left-hander? He does not. He actually hits the apex there. Get on the gas, and I'm like, they've got 1 and a 1/10 of a lap to go. I have got to figure something out. I give a look down the inside there, and make contact. And I'm like, I can't do that. I got to back out. So I back out, let him back in front, get on the gas. That allows Tinastilian to get a look down the outside of me. Somehow in that process, I hit my caution lights, but I've got a new wheel, so I don't know where the caution light button is, and so I can't turn them off. So Tin and Steelin's probably like, what is Gretty doing with his caution lights on? Well, now you know, Tin. I hit him on accident. So into the tunnel here, looking to see if I can't. Now this is a place where the Intimidator has struggled. He goes wide there. I try get a run on down the inside, make up a lot of time, but not able to get by. I'm getting on brakes nice and early. Gonna see if I can get the cutback, and almost can get it done on his rear bumper. I'm gonna follow him close here going into the tunnel, see if I can't get something here. He goes wide. I see my opportunity to get on the throttle. I'm gonna stay outside, and I send it down the inside. Makes a little bit of contact. We head towards the tunnel. I leave enough room on the outside, but he drives it into the wall trying to get on the gas early. Come back underneath me. Wasn't the cleanest move, but he did turn into me as I was on the inside, hanging it out close to the wall. Now all I have to do is hold on here in the final half a lap to get a P4. And as I look up ahead, PX7 John 3.1 seconds ahead of me. Not really any chance there to catch him, so not looking like a podium is in my future. But that's okay. I did pick up one spot for my P5 starting position, so it's not the end of the world. Come around the left-hander, heading towards the final set of turns. Still have my caution lights on. And it looks like we're picking up here on some lap traffic in front of us. But then I noticed that must have messed up John as he hit the wall, picks up a 1.5 second penalty, heading towards the penalty zone. It does not make him stop there for the penalty, carries it all the way to the end of the lap. Can I overtake him? I do. I take a podium in the Porsche eSports Challenge USA round number 1. Very pleased with that performance. Feel like I might have been able to get some more, but that's okay. I'll take this third place. I'm going to put it in the bank. Like I said, I just need to make that top 12. And look at there, 271 points. Great point haul here on the first round. Something I can build off of towards the rest of these 4 rounds. So hope you come back and check out some more of these Porsche races. And if you like the video, hit the like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. For myself, Go Gretty. Y'all have a great evening. DJ Clean, take us out of here.